I can't be round and round that open strip. I need tennis, windows tinted, I need windows tinted.
Hello world, welcome back to Music Mondays. We're cold.
Yes.
This is episode 25. I can't believe that we've even been alive for this long. So we're out here doing big things. We've reached a whole quarter of a decade worth of episodes for you. So there it is. You're welcome. Quarter of a decade, that would be the 25 of 10. I'm a literal idiot.
Century.
Anyway, a quarter of a century is what I meant. Oh. What happened?
My computer went.
Peter went, see ya. All right, so this week, did I say it already? We're doing Anderson Paak. Is this after Thanksgiving? This is right after Thanksgiving. Are we after Thanksgiving yet?
This is our This is the Monday
Happy Thanks.
This is the Monday after.
Cyber Monday, right?
Yes.
Happy Cyber Monday, everyone.
Monday.
Wow.
Buy us gifts.
We have a P.O. box. It's called Just Send Me Stuff.
Yeah.
This is our new son for Thanksgiving. This is Taylor's hand. Her fingers actually are that short.
Like this.
No, your fingers are just that short. His name is Hanson. Handson. Get it?
Yes. That's why I named him that. Did you not get that an hour ago when it happened?
No, I thought you just thought of the name Hanson. I was like,
just
okay.
Thought I really liked Mbop.
Yeah. Anyway, who are we doing this week, Taylor? I think I've said it 52 times already. Anderson.Paak.
Paak. His name is Brandon Paak Anderson. That's his full name.
Oxford.
He originally, when he came out as a musician, he was originally called Breezy Lovejoy, and he went by that name from 2009 to 2012.
That's weird.
And then he switched it to Anderson Paak.
Is it Paak? It's not Paak.
I've heard it both ways, and he says it like a halfway way.
It's Anderson.com.
Yes.
Because
Anderson, period, P-A-A-K.
Paak.
He is 32 years old, from Oxnard, California. He is 3/4 African American, 1/4 Korean. His mom is Korean African American. His dad is African American. He has a son. Dr. Dre is one of his mentors.
I need you to know that it says also part of this, and then underneath it says has a son. I just read also is a son. And I was like, well, I'm sure everybody has a mom.
He is a son. Yes.
Everybody is a son. even me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Good.
I've been awake for so long already.
He's not just Paak the rapper. He is also part of Free Nationals. It's a band. He plays the drums and is a vocalist for them. It's 4 or 5 people. And they just had a song come out with
Anderson Paak? That was a joke. You get it?
Gosh dang, what is his name? Daniel Caesar.
It's kind of like Julius
Do you know
Caesar.
who I'm talking about?
I don't, but
He has a song with her and Caliushis. If I played it, you'd know.
yeah, probably. I don't know anything
but-
about much.
Basically, it's a cool band, and that's that.
Cool band.
This album came out on November 16th, 2018, which is the day that we're recording this.
It's
And
today.
I didn't plan this very well,
That's
and I
fine.
apologize, but I've listened to it like 3 times through, so I think I have a decent amount to say.
Yeah, so what happened? So we're going on Thanksgiving break, so we're like pre-recording this episode.
Mhm.
But the album came out this morning, so Taylor played it for me when I got here today. So,
I knew you wouldn't like it anyways,
yeah.
because it's
I mean,
rap.
I don't dislike it, but yeah, it's not like something that I'm gonna like.
It wasn't
be
something
really
that you were going to
excited
be
to
like,
listen to.
ooh, I love these. Ooh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be like. I think they're good. He's good. Is it just a him? Just one? I think he's good. But yeah, this isn't like
Not your cup of tea.
Even if I did have all week to listen to it, I probably would listen to it on like Thursday.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Listen to it Thursday, come in the next day and be like, yeah, I have so much to say.
So this album is titled Oxnard. Oxnard?
Oxnard.
I'm from California, so don't hate on me for not knowing how to say that.
Oxnard.
Thank you.
Oxnard. Oxnard. Okay, we move on.
There were 2 singles released prior to the album release. Tints with Kendrick Lamar and Who Are You? And then there's a bunch of really great features on this album. So Snoop. Yeah.
Ooh. Sorry, I keep yawning. I'm gross.
So let me just read through this real quick, all the features. So he's got Khadijah Bonet, Narelle, Kendrick Lamar, Coco Saray, Dr. Dre, Pusha T, Snoop Dogg, The Last Artful and Dodger, J. Cole, Q-Tip, and DJ the Chicago Kid are all featured on this album.
Q-Tip.
Q-Tip.
I just,
I
that,
ever told you the story? I always tell this story slightly off, but the punchline's the best part. It's not my story, that's why I tell it wrong. But one of my friends from high school was sitting outside a classroom, and we had this history teacher who had really big, curly, white hair. Like, it was very curly. He had, like, a white fro. And these other kids came down the hallway and peeked into his room after school, so just the teacher was in his room. And these 2 kids walked by, and he said, "What are you doing in there, Q-Tip? Jacking off?" And then they ran away. And the teacher was like, "What?"
wow. The high school kids are ballsy, man.
Yeah.
I would never dare.
It was pretty, it was a
Although,
lot.
we did, my history teacher, we called him Long Dong Karasik. I don't need to tell you. The guy started that name because, they shared a restroom. So there was that. But, and we had, like, I always had to sit, we called it crotch corner. It was like you walk in the door and it was like the first corner seat. I just always ended up in that seat somehow. And that's where he would stand and talk, but he would, like, lean, and it would just be, like, here. So I'm, like, always just kind of like, God.
Please remove your crotch.
Yeah, somebody made a fake Twitter account. It was, like, @LongDong, and he found it, and he literally, like, every class, he'd be like, if you guys don't confess who did this, I'm going to sue you. And we're like, dude, chill. It's not that deep.
The most that happened at my school was somebody printed out a bunch of, who's the guy you like from that movie?
Nick Cage?
Yeah. They printed out a bunch of Nick Cage faces, and like tiny ones, and put them all over this one teacher's room, and like on posters, so that it looked like he was like one of the characters on poster, and they put one like underneath his mouse so his wireless mouse wouldn't work, and they put one on the projector lens, and so he like kept flipping it open, and he was like, why isn't this working? And then he came around the front, and it was Nick Cage's face like illuminated.
That's the best thing I've ever heard.
They spent a lot of time doing that, and they like cut them all out like perfectly. It was pretty funny.
That's the best thing I've ever heard.
But,
That's so good.
yeah.
I love Nick Cage. Anyway. Yeah.
My favorite is gonna be the track with Snoop on it, just
Snoopy.
because that's incredible, and I was not expecting it at all. It's Anywhere is the title of that song.
I like Tints. That's the one with Kendrick.
Kendrick, yeah.
That's the one. Kendrick.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Also, speaking of Snoop, I'm sorry I'm full of sidebars today. It's because I didn't really listen to this album, and I'm just like, what? You know the Christmas song about Snoopy and the Red Baron? Please tell me.
I don't Christmas.
That's like my favorite Christmas song, and everyone's like, every time I play it, people are like, what is this? And I'm like, Snoopy was certain that this was the end. I'll play it for you later. It's
Okay.
really good. Anyway, Speaking of Snoop, I just had to throw that in there because it's almost Christmas. It's after Halloween, so it's almost Christmas in my world. So yeah.
So you like one thing about this album.
Listen, I
have a few things.
I like more things about this. I just didn't write it down. I wrote also kinda bluesy. Kinda spelled K-I-N-A, bluesy, B-L-U-E-S-I-E. Anyway, it I'll be fine. But this I like rap when there's also like it's not just like they're yelling at you. Like not that that's not like I've said it before, it's like that is a very respectable art form and I appreciate it for the poetry that it is, but I don't like to listen to it. I feel like my ears are getting hit. I'm very sensitive to many things. So like, I don't know. But I like how there's some like R&B on this and there's like some blues influence and you said he takes influence from like 50s and yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which is a lot of what like the Free Nationals, his band.
Mm-hmm.
They have a more like bluesy, soulful sound, which is cool.
Yeah. So I really like that part of it. It's like it's I like when I like when rappers like kind of show off their voice because 9 times out of 10 they're like brilliant musicians and really good singers and all that kind of stuff, and it's like I feel like sometimes they kind of forgo that for the lyrics, which like the lyrics are important, but it's like don't hide what you're capable of. Yeah. You know, like you have all these gifts, you should use them.
Yeah, especially with Paak because he has a really interesting voice. It's very like raspy, but like scratchy,
but
rather
like
than
good.
Raspy. Mm-hmm. It's very interesting, and that's what I like about him the most is that not only is his voice different, but he doesn't follow like your typical rhyme scheme. Like he doesn't do the
like it's like A B like whatever rhyming
like
scheme it is.
Every popular rap song right now follows the same rhyming scheme. And I watched a video recently where they like broke down all like a Cardi B song, a Migos song, and a Drake song or something, and they all follow the exact same rhyme scheme. And it's annoying. Like it's what's catchy and it's what sells, but I'm over it.
Yeah, I mean it's like what we always talk about. You gotta know the rules to break them, and like structure is important, and there has to be some kind of basic structure that if you don't use any kind of like typical structure, it's going to fall apart. But you have to be able to manipulate that structure in a way that's unique and artistic, you know? Yeah. And if you don't do that, then it just sounds like everything else. So it's like how can you be different with it, you know?
Yeah,
so
definitely. And something I really love about Anderson is that his lyrics can be really deep, but they're also very fun at the same time. And he has a really energetic style in his own person. Like if you go to his Instagram or anything, it's very in your face, but in the best way possible. Like the other day he posted a video of somebody walking in. Somebody was holding the phone or the camera or whatever and walking in, and he was dancing in his underwear and socks on a table and popping champagne and like shaking it while Tince was playing. It was really funny. But like he does fun stuff like that like it's not just like about to drop an album, listen. It's here's me jamming in my underwear to my own song.
Yeah, it's not just like excited. Here's the screen cap of my album art with the audio playing over it.
Yeah.
Buy it, please.
Yeah. And he partnered with Apple Music and also Amazon, Alexa.
Yeah, that's Amazon.
Yeah. And
Alexa.
He keeps saying like they did like a promotional thing where if you said Alexa follow Anderson Paak on Apple Music, it would like subscribe you to his album.
Nice.
Like early, like a
pre-sale or pre-download or whatever.
Basically.
Alexa, this is so sad. Play whatever. I didn't have a funny song, but like those are my favorite memes. It's like, oh, this is sad. Play this.
Yeah. Yeah. I have 3 other favorites from the
Hit
album
me.
so far. Savior's Road is boppin'. Left to Right is a bop. And Six Summers is a summer jam.
Happy Christmas. 6 Summers is a summer jam.
Yep.
Thanks, Paak, for your for your summer song in the middle of winter.
It's good. It's really, I don't know.
It
They're
is.
very catchy. What I love most about this is that none of these songs sound the same.
Yeah.
Not
That's
one
a
of them.
big problem for me on some things. I'm like, you gotta differentiate a little bit, because your songs are all sounding the same to me, and then I get confused, and then it's like one big song, and then you lose my attention. And like, this album has 14 songs on it,
Yeah.
so if they all sound the same, you're struggling.
Yep.
But he's not struggling. He's
No.
doing good. He's doing big
He's
things.
very creative. He's very cool. Sometimes if you want to get into the, like, somebody zoom in to the album artwork, there's like 4 or 5 different scenes happening in this one little cloud on the album artwork. It's just, he was known for his Instagram aesthetic. Did you ever scroll through his Instagram when he had it going?
Mm-mm.
So he had one of those Instagrams where like it was grid style, and he didn't actually like care what the picture was. It was just mainly about the caption while he was working on his music. And like you'd scroll and it would go from one thing and it would like fade into the next thing, and there was no like. I'll have to show you.
We'll
after.
look at it later.
Maybe I'll do like a screen recording and we can put it in or something. But it was very, very cool, and people were following him because of his Instagram aesthetic, and then put onto his music, which was cool. Also, fun fact: have you guys seen that Apple Music commercial with FKA Twigs where she's like moving the walls and stuff? That's a Paak song.
Fun story about that little fun story. Taylor told me that earlier, and she goes, "You don't know what I'm talking about." And I said, "Yeah." I was like, "But tell the podcast, because they will care." And I didn't mean that in a way as saying I didn't care, because I cared, and it's interesting. I just meant I don't know what she's talking about. She's correct, but I sounded like a big old bitch.
Yeah, I don't
So,
give a shit.
yeah, Taylor, great story. Don't care. Bye.
Yeah.
Boy, bye. Oh, okay.
I
I'll
have
settle
two
down.
things that I
Two
don't
things.
like about this album.
Okay.
On one of the songs, I don't remember which one it is because I've only listened to it a few times and I don't remember the names of the songs yet. But at the end of it, he's like, I'm pretty sure he's getting roadhead, and he like wrecks his car, and there's like, it's like a skit at the end of it,
Yeah.
and there's like noises, and I'm like, this is not what I want in my headphones right now.
No.
Please, no. Could have done without that.
Yeah.
And then some of the songs, I don't dislike this, but I don't like it. In the middle of the song, he'll like switch the style of the song, and it makes me think it's switching to another song, and it's not, and that just confuses my brain. But I'm not mad about it.
Yeah.
I'm just confused.
That's a classic rock thing.
Yeah.
This is not a classic rock album. It doesn't belong here.
Influences, you know?
Yeah, I appreciate the influences, but I feel like it doesn't work as well in rap. But what do I know about rap? I don't listen to it. So what do I know about anything? Let's be real. Did I tell you? So speaking of music, all I know about music, which is not a ton, I'm writing a script. I'm in a screenwriting class right now. And my professor was like, your character needs to perform a song, because that's part of the plot. I'm not going to go into the plot right now because it's annoying. Anyway, I was like, cool, can I just throw in a song? Does it matter since this isn't like professional? He goes, no copyrighted music. And I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, she needs to perform a song, but like you need to write it. And I'm like, listen, what makes you think that I have the capability to do that? He goes, you don't know. And I was like, I do, because I've tried and it's failed miserably. He's like, no, we'll try again. And I'm like, Jeremy. Anyway, that's a sidebar. So we're going to review that song. No, I'm kidding. God. It's already trash. I got 2 lines and I'm like, okay. Oh, also he gave me a month to do it. So. it's
Oh,
fine.
good.
Yeah, I'm like,
Happy for you.
okay. Anyway, that's my fun story.
While you're doing that, I'm trying to have a side part today.
Woo!
You guys don't care.
I care. I do care.
I wore Side part once a year. Today's the day.
Today is the day.
I'm just growing out my bangs.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing.
That's such a weird time when they're like too long to wear as bangs anymore, but they're also too short to be anything else.
They're not quite long enough to tuck behind my ears. They're like at the top of my ear. And so they rest there, but if I move my head at all, they like fling.
Mm-hmm. So
And
you
this
could
side's
like get really
shorter.
still, but you'd have to be like,
Yeah. And like this side for some reason is shorter. Like I don't know if this eyebrow was higher or something.
you were like sitting like this the whole time. You should cut your hair.
I want to
Me writing my song.
But yeah, so this little piece keeps flying, and then these ones are doing this, and we're just...
It's good. It's alright. It's okay. It's all good and fun and fine. And also good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's really all. I'm sorry, guys, that I planned this poorly, because I did.
It's fine.
And there's no taking it back now, but...
It's fine.
Oh, something else we could talk about is that Knowledge. You know what Knowledge is? No. Knowledge and Anderson have a like duo together called No Worries. It's NX Worries, because Knowledge is NKNX. And it's like dazed funk, like
Dazed funk.
I don't really know. It's very good. They're very cool. It's like they have it's Yes Lord, because you know Anderson. Anybody that listens to Anderson knows he goes Yes Lord.
Oh Lord, he coming. You know the video of the cat, the big fat cat.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Chris put on his boots last night. I said he boot too big for his goddamn feet. Because my boots are the right size.
Chris anti-humor. Oh God.
I love that video of that chicken. But that's a fun thing that they have together.
Yeah.
There's some really good songs on the Yes Lord
Yes
album.
Lord.
They had one album together in 2016.
I have a hair in my. Sorry.
I'm proud of you.
Got
Happy
it.
for you. But yeah, Paak hasn't put out any music since 2016. He released an album. I think it was his second studio album. Yeah. So his first studio album was Venice. That was in 2014. You guys might know Might Be is a good one. He has a song with Sir already. Is the name of that one. There's some good. Waves is a good one. And then on Malibu, which was his 2016 album, he has a few
bangers.
few bangers on there. Yeah, Parking Lot is a good one. Celebrate's probably my favorite. That's a really good album as well. And then also in 2016 he put out that album with No Worries.
Do all his albums have like 110 songs on them?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yes Lord has 19. Malibu has 16. Venice has 16. So this is
Lord.
the shortest album yet.
Jeez.
With rocking in at 14 songs. So he really puts in work. He's truly an artist. I can only appreciate his work. Oh, we didn't talk about his Spotify stats. He has roughly 6 million monthly listeners and 784,000 followers. He is 436th in the world.
Nice. That's pretty high.
All of his major cities are LA, London, New York, Chicago, and San Francisco.
Chicago.
Yeah.
I have an Anderson Paak poster in my kitchen. For just fun, just so you know.
Yeah.
Megan has it. Hi, Megan. Anyway,
Did we talk about
it's irrelevant.
Him and Dre. He had 6 songs on Dre's 2015 album Compton. So that's where he really got his
Dang.
breakthrough. I think he played the drums and featured a little bit on it. So.
Is there a meaning behind the dot Paak? Or is it just aesthetic?
Couldn't tell you.
Cool.
Could not tell you.
Well, maybe your guys' task is to find the meaning behind dot Paak and comment it. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Comment down below if you know anything about anything at all.
Should we get into our chores?
We should, because
Since
otherwise we're
this
just gonna
episode's
keep.
going nowhere.
Yeah, we're gonna keep. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, guys.
We're busy. Life is a lot, and we're going on break. So we're trying to not. We don't want to take a break. For you. We want to do this for you.
So you have content.
Yeah. So while this isn't good content, it's something to listen to. We can be that. When you have your headphones in and you're vacuuming and you can't hear anything, but you still need to hear something besides the vacuum.
It can be the
That's
sound
us.
of us going.
Yeah. So we're your background noise. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You can also be annoyed by us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all at Music Monday Cast. You can find us on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, all of the above, and more.
Anywhere an audio-only podcast, that's what they are, is available, we're there.
Yep.
Probably.
Hopefully.
Buried very, very deeply.
If we're
but
not, we can't do anything about it, so don't tell us.
Yeah. Yeah, if we're not,
Maybe
sorry,
before.
find us somewhere else. If we're not, I mean, I'm not saying that all these I'm very grateful that we're on these audio platforms, but if you're like, what, you guys aren't on this really obscure app that nobody uses, what do you mean? It's go open Spotify, you dingus, what are you doing?
No, it's on your phone.
Come on, what? You use one or the other. You use Spotify or you use Apple. Figure it out.
Yeah,
Okay, you'll
it's
figure
not
it out.
difficult. You can figure it out, guys.
Sorry for yelling at you. Sometimes I get passionate.
We love you.
We love
Go
you
listen to
so
our Friday Fave
much.
playlist. It's really long.
Do it,
At this
yeah.
point, we'll have 250 songs on it, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know. What do we do when that gets to 100 billion?
Keep on going.
Should we just start adding maybe our fave from the album? We'll talk about it later. Anyway,
Why would we stop?
because we're gonna have 800 songs on there.
So?
Okay, we'll keep going. So, all right. I was just I don't want to overwhelm, our millions of viewers.
You know what?
So,
They're in it. They're in it for the long haul.
you're right. If you guys have been here since the
close to
beginning,
microphone.
it's okay. I feel like I've been screaming this whole time. If you guys have been here since the beginning, you've been here for the long haul. All 20 of you.
You signed
Thank
up for
you.
this, so don't even be mad at us.
Yeah, you probably know us in real life, so you're just stuck with us anyway. So deal with it.
If you know us in real life, you're really mad about this conversation that we're having with ourselves right now.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, next week.
We're going to be reviewing Alec Benjamin's very first mixtape. It's called Narrated for You. It's very cool. He's a sweet, sweet boy. We'll get into that next week.
Next week.
Yeah, take a gander.
Yeah.
Look at it, listen to it, do the stuff.
Yep.
Follow him on Instagram because he's just a sweet, sweet boy.
Sweet, sweet boy. All right. Well, that's it. Until next time.
Doses.
Is it?
I hate myself.
Wow.